Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And when last we left off, we're working with Mae'Var's right-hand man, who is none other than Edwin Odessaron. We've dealt with Edwin before, he was in our party in the first game, and right now he is working for himself with Mae'Var. If you thought that he's actually working for Mae'Var, you're a fool, because Edwin only ever works to forward the goals of Edwin. Always remember that. To that end, we're helping Edwin deal with a wizard that is trying to investigate him. We don't want that, and so up we go to the second floor of the wizard's home, where we find two stone golems. The only person in the party who can actually hurt the stone golems at the moment is Terri, because her weapon is powerful enough to get past their damage reduction. So we're going to have Dorn and Terri attack, and hopefully Terri will not be killed by these golems, because they hit really hard indeed. Dorn is going to keep complaining that he keeps missing every time he hits but doesn't deal any damage. And one of them's been taken care of, and we've nearly took care of the other one. A few more hits will do the trick. We just have to hope that Terri doesn't get hit a few more times as well. She's nearly perished, but nearly isn't close enough, and we were victorious. 8,000 experience per golem isn't bad at all. And there's a little bit of a reward here under this pillow. 1 gold and 114 gold. The 1 gold could have been something else like a spell scroll. We're going to drink a few potions here and do a little bit of healing, mainly using potions because we have a lot of them. You can pass these over, we can put them here, and then you can just drink a bit. I'm doing this so that we save a bit of time, because eventually Corgan is going to start complaining that we aren't helping him with his task, and if we leave too long of amount of time before we go and help him, he will leave, and we want him to hang around. So we've done that. We do have some more healing potions that we can give out. I want to hand these over to Corgan, because Corgan's going to need them. Corgan's also going to need this oil of speed that Yoshimo has, because the fight with the cowled wizard is going to be really tricky. Let's get some spells prepared. First we're going to get a bless spell cast, and you're going to get a flame blade ready. There we go. You might as well get your sword ready. It's going to be about as effective as any other weapon that you choose to use here. You're going to use this, you're going to use this, you're going to use this, and then we're going to hope that we can pause before dialogue is initiated. And we can, which is good. You're going to attack with your weapon, you're going to attack with your weapon, you're going to attack with your weapon, you're also going to attack with your weapon. The 3 frontline fighters are going to get there first because of the fact that they are hasted. And you're going to do that. I actually want you to cast Hold Person, I believe. And you might as well hold there for the moment. We're going to get dialogue. Rayik already has Stone Skin cast, and a few more spells are going to be cast pretty much instantly that will make this fight really tricky. This fight is always messy for me. Fingers crossed it doesn't go awfully. It's going to go awfully.
Declare yourself.
Hold! How dare you intrude on my studies? I am here to end your life, cowled wizard. Bah, I'll not suffer such insolence. Very quickly, he has 2 spells there. Protection from normal missiles, and I believe protection from magic weapons. If we attacked with non-magic weapons, we'd actually be doing a lot better. But we don't have many non-magic weapons, and this bow and arrow isn't going to be effective at all because he's protected from normal missiles. Let's see how we do. How we do depends entirely on how this spell goes. And the only person that's really significant as to being feared here is Corgan. We still have Terri and Dorn in action. And we're going to have you stay back because a fireball is going to follow soon. And it's typically a very damaging spell. Hopefully Dorn and Terri attacking here will be able to very quickly get through the resistances that Rayik has. You'll notice that we did deal a tiny bit of damage, and that was because of the Flame Blade. Flame Blade is quite useful in that regard. We're going to quaff some potions. You don't have a potion, so we're just going to wait for the shadow door to There we go. He's back. And keep attacking. We need to deal a lot of damage here. Oh, the damage is being dealt now. And Rayik is defeated. And that's good news. Because that was a tricky fight. 9,000 experience for, Rayik. A lot less than you'd think you'd get. There's a lot of goodies here. A quarterstaff, a pair of magical braces, a small amount of gold, and a gem. Not bad. We can't look at anyone's inventory who is currently running around. Corgan is running around really quickly because haste is in effect. Does look very silly. I think it's probably best that we do a little bit of healing.
Victory shall be ours.
We shall have you heal yourself. That should restore a lot of lost health. There we go. Nearly all of it. And then you can heal yourself a bit more. Eventually the fear will abate. And we'll gain control once again of our party members that are errantly running around screaming. I imagine it does look quite funny.
Have me do?
I would have you... Nothing really you can do there that I want you to do. I would have you be healed by Vaconia. Doing this saves a bit of time. And that's probably good enough health-wise. There we go! They're all back under our control once again. Cure critical wounds. Do that on yourself. Meanwhile, we will look for traps. There are two things that we can look at. There's this table and this here. Are they trapped? The answer is yes. Even the table is trapped. Don't be too quick to go and look in these things here after a hard fight, because you may die for doing so. There is a mislead scroll here. And here is a...
Speak your mind.
This has gone on too long, Terri Coleman. I can stand no more. You have a problem, Jaheira? This blackguard is an affront to the natural order. He is an aberration, spreading evil and chaos, and I'll tolerate it no longer. An aberration? You do me a disservice, druid. I hardly think that is possible. But it is. Am I not a part of nature? There is nothing natural in you, half-orc. I seek to better myself, to make myself stronger that I may survive and thrive. There is nothing more natural than that. You are a poison. Even your words are toxic. They may not be to your taste, druid, but they are nevertheless true. If you got a problem with how I live my life, deal with it. Jaheira is not happy about Dorn being here. Eventually that's going to get worse. You might as well heal yourself. There we go. We've got everything that we need to get here, and more importantly, the wizard has been defeated. So let us leave. We are still under the effects of haste, and go back and report on our success. A great idea. There's no more combat happening here. If we were to rest in that building, there probably would have been more combat. And so over here we go quite quickly. And we will go in once everybody has assembled. We need everybody here after all. Also, we might as well just hand you that. I have a feeling that something's going to happen that will require me to have that quarterstaff. Having a magic quarterstaff is always a good idea. That said, we have gained one from defeating the cowled wizard. It's a pretty good one. I have no idea of its properties right now. Maybe you can identify it. No, you can't. It was worth a try, though. Let us head upstairs and tell Edwin that we were successful. And I'm sure he'll be thrilled. He's not going to be thrilled, is he?
Nothing to it.
Probably not. Hello, Edwin.
My lackey's return, and none too soon. Has the cowled fool been disposed of?
Yes, he's pushing up daisies as we speak, Edwin. Well done. An inconvenience that needed to be dealt with. I've another mission for you then, one that does not necessarily involve any bloodshed at all. This task is the simple retrieval of some crucial documents, and you must be as discreet as possible, as if these club-footed fools will manage. Certainly. I'll get your documents. How tough could it be? You will find the documents on a merchant named Marcus. He may be found at the Sea's Bounty. Retrieve the document in any manner as you wish. I would suggest using guile, but such subtle means are beyond these monkeys, I am sure. Edwin has a very high opinion of us. I'm lying! Edwin does not have a high opinion of us at all. He'll continue to not have a high opinion of us for about forever. Let us go and do what he's asked us to do. It's not that difficult to do. We have to go to a tavern and talk to someone. We don't need to kill anyone at all, though we could if we chose to. The place we need to go to is here.
If you say so.
It's just next door, practically, to the guildhouse that we are pretending to work for. Although technically we are actually working for them, we're just pretending to hold allegiance to them. Let's go down.
Jahira, my darling, so good to see you. Won't you come sit and chat a while?
Hello, person with a distinct voice. You're going to be important for something.
I am sorry. Do I know you?
You do not remember? Ah, but that is understandable. It has been years since we last spoke. Far too long, really. Forgive me, but I would require a little more information. Your name again? My name is Ployer. Baron Ployer of the Kalinshan Ployers. Come now, you must have some inkling. No, I am terribly sorry, but your face is unfamiliar. Perhaps if you told me what you do. My name means nothing. Nothing? I am Baron Ployer. Ployer! You ruined me! Not remembering is an even greater insult. You are why I am destitute today. You and your Harperkin accuse me of breeding slaves in Kalimshan. My businesses in Athkatla were taken. I was made a pauper, and you do not even remember? I remember well, but I wanted you to say it, and I wanted others to hear. Quite the outburst, Mr. Ployer. I assume you are still at odds with your new life? You... This is the type of incidents I was talking about. It is not enough that you ruin a man. You must also berate him. Mr. Ployer, I wanted you dead, instead of merely humiliated. The courts did not seem to think death was warranted, so they claimed your assets instead. That you live in poverty is gratifying, if you must live at all. I would suggest you change your tone. I am not in a mood for giving charity to old slavers. Haven't lost your fire, I see. Still a harper? This scrawny lout one too? That fellow Khalid you were once with was a better compliment. Is he here as well? He is none of your concern. If you value your teeth, you will not speak that name again. You dirty it. Yes, very well. How about your companions, Jahira? Do they count themselves among the harpers as well? I do not number myself among that group, or any other group. But you travel with her. I doubt you keep yourself separate from their interests while helping one of their own. No matter, you are not my intended victim. Jahira, I'm going to repay the harm you did me. I did not find you by accident. I'll make you pay for your libelous ways and the shame you have caused me. I don't think that word means what you think it means. You really were trading in slaves, you know. How am I libelous? That is beside the point. What matters is that you ruined me, and now I'm going to ruin you. Uh-oh.
What have you just done, Ployer? Speak!
It is my gift to you. You will be slowly destroyed, just as my family was. It is my curse, my nasty, nasty curse. A little something I had made just for you. I may not see your lingering death, but I will smile, knowing it will happen. Tonight I sleep beneath rags, so I could afford this wasting death for you. Nobody made you a slaver. You just loved the profit. Now you blame those that caught you because you cannot take responsibility? You are a weak, weak man. Ah, but I am a weak, weak man that will live, while you are a strong woman that will die. Give my regards to Belgrade when you see him. Well, that was something.
By the horns of Sylvanus, I planted beneath the stones of ice if I...
If you what? Speak up, woman, I can hardly hear you. There is a loud din going on in the tavern after all. Try not to shout, please. My head is unsettled at the moment. There... It clears somewhat, but undoubtedly there will be more. That fat old slaver cursed me. There are 4 options here. This is a simple matter. We merely walk to a temple and have it removed. There's also... Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I guess you'll be leaving the group then. That is definitely an option, but we'll go with the simple matter here. This is a simple matter. We merely walk to a temple and have it removed. I doubt he would have bothered if the cure were quite so simple. If this curse was tailored to me, then we've no recourse but to exact its cure from his hide. This may be more trouble than it's worth. Is definitely something that we can say, but we'll say this one instead. We'll never find that fool in this city, assuming he's even still within it. True, there is a lot of ground to cover, but it seemed clear that he lives in squalor and would begin in the poor sections of the city. It will take some time. The mages with him wore odd colours that might be traceable. Ask at the government building, as all magic is regulated in Athkatla, if they will talk. He also mentioned Belgrade, a merchant that helped expose Ploya. He frequents the Copper Coronet, and the bartender Bernard might know his whereabouts. This is a point where we commit to dealing with quite a long quest for Jaheira, and so it might be a good time to have her deal with this herself. After all, her fight is with Ploya. We have no involvement with Ploya, and Ploya has already served punishment for the crimes that he did commit. We're also on a time limit with Corgan, and we can't go and do another quest while we're still doing this quest, and then hope that Corgan will stay, because Corgan will likely leave. Besides, Jaheira is a harper and has plenty of people that will help her. I'm sure she'll be fine. No, I think this is more bothersome than it needs to be. The best option for me is to let you leave the group and go do this on your own. I beg your pardon? I am to be cast out because of this? What is your reasoning? It is simple to understand. You require more maintenance than you are worth. That is cold. But this one is even more cold. So we're going to go with the top one here. It is simple to understand. You require more maintenance than you are worth. You surprise me. To think this cold streak was within, and I had only glimpsed it until now. Well then, I will cause you no more inconvenience. I will find my own way, and damned if I won't live to see you die on this path you've chosen. I will waste no more breath on you. And Jaheira is gone. It was inevitable that she would leave. This does mean now that we can focus on what we want to be doing, which is dealing with Marcus, right here. Dealing with Jaheira in this quest is a difficult point, especially for an evil party, especially with the time limits I've got, but in the end, Terri had to think of the practicality of this. She has so many things she already needs to do, and adding one more thing on top of that, something that may even potentially not be solved, with a person that she doesn't really like that much, is one thing too many. It was the straw that broke the camel's back, and she wasn't getting on with Dorn Khan anyway, and so the party is stronger without her, even though we are down a party member. Either way, let's go get those documents. Let's focus on what's important, shall we? I'm sure Jaheira will be fine.
Of course.
Ew, pal.
Stop bothering me. I've important business to conduct. We can just snap his neck quickly and quietly. Let's not do that. You have some documents I wish to purchase. Perhaps. I might be able to part with them, providing you pay me more than I'm making with this deal. 250 gold ought to cover it, eh? How about 200 gold and we call it even? Deal. Here you go. Now excuse me. And we have the documents for the low
If
price
that's what you want,
of 200 gold.
whatever you
With that,
desire.
we shall now go back to the guildhouse and report on our success. An excellent idea. It'll be a quick thing to go back up to Edwin.
Do it.
I'm not surprised he didn't do it himself. Edwin would not sully his hands with such menial work. After all, he thinks so highly of himself. Let's
Very
just
well.
pop up this set of stairs and report on our success. Hey, guess what? We got what you wanted.
Tell me all about it.
Do you have the documents I asked for? This matter is more important than your average simple correspondence.
Yes, the documents have been secured. I see that Jahira is not with you anymore. She has things she needs to deal with. Good. You are better off not having her. Marvelous work, marvelous work. You've obviously exceeded your low-born heritage and surged to the vanguard of goonery. What? Never mind. Now, I've conferred with Mae'Var, and there is a final task for you. A last test of loyalty. Go, and he will give you your final assignment. And when we come back, folks, did you think I forget about the treasure that was here that I didn't pick up because Jahira and Dorn had an argument? You're wrong! I remembered it, though barely. And the gold that we got definitely covers the money that we gave to Marcus for those documents. The wand of fireballs, however, I think we'll be holding on to that for ourselves. We'll get somebody that can use that soon enough. And so, when we come back, folks, we're getting remarkably close to revealing Mae'Var's treachery. You'd think that we haven't accumulated any evidence at all, but remember, Edwin primarily looks out for Edwin. If Edwin catches wind of something amiss, he'll be certain to act upon it, if only to benefit himself, and possibly us, if us helping him helps him. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.